Hello, welcome to Hungarians in the Kitchen. My name is Monika and I'm here with my mom Marta and my dad Laszlo. And today we are going to make Hungarian Nokedli. And it's just, it's kind of a dumpling, noodle, side dish. We have made a gluten-free version. If you go to our video on how to make goulash, you will see that. But this is the traditional version. Obviously, it has gluten in it. We're using unbleached white flour. And I'll let my mother share how she makes it.
Okay. Okay, so, oh, I'm sorry.
Accident in the Hungarian kitchen.
So you're going to take, how many cups you think?
Maybe 3. Maybe.
You said you wanted to make a lot for leftovers.
Lots.
Yes.
And we're serving 6 people this evening. We are having pork paprikash, which is a traditional meal that you would have the nokedli with, or chicken paprikash. What else do you make this for? Goulash, of course, but any kind of paprikash.
Maybe a little bit. Everybody's gonna be hungry.
Do you make it with some other meals besides the paprikash?
Sometimes
mushroom paprikash when I make.
Mushroom paprikash.
So I put 4.
Okay.
Okay, now I put
Maybe 2.
that 2.
2 eggs.
2 eggs. Yeah, you're right,
Because
because
you
it's a
put
lot. Yeah.
More farina.
Okay.
So normally you're just using one for
Yeah, because
smaller
it's a smaller
amount.
yes. But this is a lot, so yeah, you're right, Laszlo.
Like all the time.
Like all the time, you're right, yes. Thank you. And I put like a teaspoon of salt. And I just start to mix it.
In this you can put sometimes zöld borsó.
Okay.
And now I start to put a little water. Just a little in the beginning.
Is this how you make it?
Yes. You need that under there?
Do you need the bowl stabilizer?
The bowl stabilizer?
No, not really.
Or you need the woman's stabilizer?
It's probably helpful to be able to turn the bowl.
Yes.
Now, could you do this in a either food processor or?
Nothing.
I don't know. I don't know how you can do that in a fruit processor, but
How about when you make a home bread? You have to do somewhere, not this.
And so, what happened when there was no flour, like during the World
Second War.
Wars, or they use corn, or?
I don't know if they made chicken paprikash or pork paprikash. But there was always flour.
Some of the people survive.
On the black market, you know, it's the people always very resourceful, so they can find their way to do what needs to be done.
Not donkey paprikash.
No, donkey, no. They did eat.
Donkey salami.
They did, yes, salami, yes. They did eat the horse. I told you that.
Out of necessity, not because they wanted to.
Yes.
And even the donkey salami was expensive than the normal
You probably
salami.
don't have donkeys in Hungary much.
You have a very donkey because the government is donkey.
Oh.
We don't know that. We live here in United States and we don't want to mess up what they have over there.
Now, the next step, she's gonna take with the spoon little piece over there, but you need a long hand there, you know, to don't burn your hands from the
Steam.
hot water.
No, I'm not gonna burn it. I'm not gonna burn it.
No, but when you're gonna be 70, you're gonna burn.
So you take a long-handled spoon when you do it?
Yes. And not a soup. It's a normal for the coffee, you know, for the sugar, just long.
Long?
And the distance I do like it.
No, I'm not doing
It's like a mile away, Dad.
No, I'm not doing
Even I'm watching the TV and
So
Okay.
you don't use a special kind of spoon?
No, I
Okay.
just in a regular spoon.
So you've added almost a cup of water.
It was a cup?
no.
Oh, was it 2 cups? Okay. 2 cups. It was a whole
Yeah.
container.
Well, because a lot.
Right. So
So-
again, if you're not making as much, just basically cut everything in half.
It's basically just we cut it everything in half, and I'm going to show you how the consistency of this.
Because that's really key. If it's too
Yes.
thick, then it's gonna
Don't
just
forget
not
the
taste.
salt.
She
I
put it
did.
in.
Oh.
I already did.
Very easy.
Okay.
Very easy.
So you
That's
see,
very tasty again.
it's still soft, but it's not like flowing.
You don't want pancake batter.
No. It has to have.
It's got to stick
really-
together on the
Exactly.
spoon.
Yes.
Okay, let me see how they go.
And so we've been, we put on some water to boil, and it's not quite boiling, so that's important. It needs to be boiling.
It has to be
Exactly.
boiling water.
Okay.
Because this is gonna cool down every. I think I'm
It cools down the water also, yeah. In the,
That's right.
Yes, but
It's not going to cook if it's not boiling.
right.
Exactly.
I bet that you could make this in a mixer.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But you know, after you have to wash the mixture from A to Z, and more is gonna be on the wall of the mixture. Here is 1, 2, 3, old-fashioned way.
And you're done with it. And is this something that can keep well as a leftover, or it's really best to make fresh?
No, this is a leftover. It can be a leftover because,
Taste and the people eat. Next day,
yeah,
you're gonna have nothing from this.
you can warm it up. You can warm it up. Next day, you can put it in the
With the pork
in the
paprikash.
pork paprikash, and you can warm it up together. Yeah.
And then that's really good.
Because you don't have to cook it, you just warm
Right.
it up.
Right.
And right now we cannot put it in a paprikash because we have to cook first this one.
Excellent.
And now when you serve this separate here,
Yeah,
and
in a
here is
different
the
bowl, and
paprikash.
the paprikash,
And the people
yeah.
just,
Yeah, and definitely you have to serve
So-
with something soury because this is a very, it's,
Well, let me ask you, why, when the pork paprikash is done, why wouldn't you mix the drained nokedli into the pork paprikash container pan and mix that all together?
because some people like more meat and less nokedli. Some people like more nokedli and less meat. So everybody, if you put
I
it
like this
different,
better than that one.
yeah, if
Really?
you put it,
Okay.
but you see when the nokedli is ready, we're gonna take some sauce from the paprikash,
Right.
and in
You're
the
gonna
bowl we put it there, so it's not gonna stick together, you know,
Okay.
because it has like a little.
It's not gonna look like a
liquid.
hospital food white.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna have a nice color too because we're gonna put a little sauce on the top. We're gonna show it when it's ready.
Okay,
Diet hospital.
all right,
It's boiling.
Mama.
almost.
Almost.
Well, we'll be back when it starts to boil. All right, so our water is now boiling, and we'll begin to put in the nokedli. And as you see, the amounts are pretty small. That looks like it's about half of a teaspoon.
Like when you go to fishing.
It's gonna grow.
But you don't want it to be really big because
I don't
then
want
it's
to-
going to grow and
Yeah,
you're going to have
choky.
these, you're going to have to cut them. And as you can see, they fall down and rise up as they cook. And you want a nice amount of water for this amount of flour. Looks like we have about 3 quarts of water
You
that's
need me to
boiling.
have to hold it.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Sure.
Thank you.
You see why-
Some of them
why I
gonna be
talk
smaller,
about-
some of them gonna be
You see
larger.
why I talk about the hand there? You see how close her finger to the boiling water.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
she's-
I have experience. Let's see.
She doesn't seem to be affected in any way.
No.
She's a fancy lady.
So this takes a while because
It
you have a
does.
lot of flour.
It does.
279 times.
So let me ask you, there's going to be pieces that you first put in and 15 minutes later you're putting in the last piece. Does it matter?
We can take out. You have the kind of spoon, and we can
Slotted
just
spoon?
fish
Sure.
it out.
So
Some
when
of
you're
them.
about halfway done,
Yes,
then
you
you
can
would.
fish it out. Yeah.
Okay. Because I would think that you wouldn't want the Nokedli to be
Too soft
boiling
either, and yeah,
for
a
15,
long
20
time.
minutes.
Yes.
Now, is this something that, do you know what other countries make Nokedli?
We don't know. The Mexicano, who knows?
I have no idea.
But if you find something, you have to put the spoon in the hot water to be clean. Mm-hmm.
You can't just drop it in. It
No.
really needs to be immersed in completely.
Then we're gonna fishing. Maybe in May.
Can you use a wooden spoon? You really need, I'm seeing that you
You
can't.
have to cut. You
Right.
cut in there. A wooden spoon would not be able to do that. You have to do this.
Some fish outside. Mm-hmm. Give it to me. I continue if you are tired.
I'm fine. Second half I give you, okay? When I finish.
After you fishing this
Yes.
big fish.
And so, can you put any other kind of seasonings? Like if I wanted to give it an Italian flavor, can I put some Italian seasoning in or?
Where, in the paprikash?
No, in the Nokedli.
This one doesn't need any seasoning.
No.
That's gonna
Because it's
season
going to take on the seasoning of
Yes.
whatever you're mixing it
Yes.
in with. Okay.
Exactly.
And now, what other soups would you use this in? Like, could you put it in chicken soup?
You know, when we
Yeah,
make
chickens.
kumpri paprikash, potato paprikash, I do this. Yes, definitely.
So you would make potato paprikash and then have Nokedli? That's a lot of carbs.
But that, I put it in the potato paprikash.
Okay.
It cooks there. Because sometimes when I make the potato paprikash, I make with a lot of liquid, so
Okay.
When you're gonna fish.
Can you, sometimes we make black bean soup. Can you pour it over
yeah,
the
the black bean soup, definitely.
And would
yes.
you then cook it in the black bean
Uh-huh,
soup?
Yes, yes. This is the only time when actually I do it separately
With the pork?
with the pork,
and the
with
chicken.
the chicken paprikash.
And with the mushroom.
Okay, we probably
Two more
boil
minutes.
it like a minute or so.
Okay.
And then we can fish it out and put it in there.
Okay.
And then Laszlo, then you can, if you
Yeah.
want, you
I
can
want.
continue.
So normally, if you're just making
But
an
from
amount,
here you can put
If
in
I don't
this
make this much,
then you're not needing to do this step.
yeah, I just turn it over there and
Mm-hmm.
just strain it like that.
They're so soft.
Yeah, they are because they are boiling.
And is it that the longer you boil it, the softer
The
it
softer
gets?
it becomes, yeah, but you don't want it too mushy, no, not too
Right.
soft. So this is about half of it.
Okay.
or less
Yeah.
than half. That is a better. Second shift.
Some here, second shift.
Second shift. How I am doing.
Not too big, let's say, not too big.
So how come you're not spooning it out?
Everybody has a different
Technique?
technique. Yeah, that's his technique.
So, but the problem I see with that is that they're going to be kind of big
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make.
because it's hard to.
This way, when I was doing, I can control the
Sure.
how big or how small I'm making it. It's just pushing it down like this. It's nothing wrong with it, but like I said, everybody has a different way of doing it.
So he's allowing it to actually drop in as opposed to putting his spoon in.
Yeah.
You don't think they're too big, Dad?
Okay. That's for the mature people. That's for the babies.
Okay. So you don't like to do it like this?
No. 'Cause I want to be in control. We're gonna leave it for 1 minute so, and then I finish this one. The third.
Okay. So this is our.
Because they all came up on the top, you
Okay.
see? So that's why it means they're telling me, take it, I'm
Take
ready.
us out, take us out.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So yeah, so when you're making these large amounts, you really do need to take them out and not
Yes.
try to make all 4 cups worth at once.
Because they don't cook at the same time, because you need time to put it in, and then they need to cook.
And you really can't, it's not like you can cut them, put them on a plate, and do any of this beforehand. You really need to be cutting the batter into the water
Yes.
right away.
That cucumber salad.
Oh yeah, so a wonderful sour side dish, my dad reminds me, is a lovely vinegar-based cucumber salad, and we'll probably have
With
in the
garlic.
summer in a few months we'll have a video on that, and that is the best.
Yes.
But until then, I think tonight we will have some other sour ingredients, such as sauerkraut and other sour and fermented vegetables. Now, could you make the batter the night before and let it keep in the refrigerator?
No, I don't think that would be good.
Would it dry out too much?
Yeah, this is has to do
Getting
fresh.
hard.
Yeah, it has to be freshly made. You can make this one, the paprika you make a night before, and then you can just finish it up with the Nokedli. The Nokedli is nice and fresh. And we finished here.
So that took a good 15 minutes.
Kitchen is closed.
We finished.
So we finished putting the batter in about a minute or so ago. And now what we're going to do is turn off the heat and
Take out the rest.
take out the rest.
We can put now in the big one over there on this
Yeah, should we just dump it out into the big?
Yeah.
All right.
cold.
Put the cold water on?
Cold water.
I will. You just put it there.
Hát egyszer le kell menjen, mert a cold water, mikor ne.
Doesn't matter.
Hát never, because make damage to the pipe.
What pipe? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, and now I put the hot water because I don't want to eat cold Nokedli.
Right. So,
No, I don't want to eat cold Nokedli. I like it nice and warm.
But you have warm over
It's
there.
not gonna warm up that much. I want to make sure that this is gonna...
all right, so we're going to go ahead and keep our Nokedli warm. by taking the drained Nokedli and putting it into a container that we can then cover.
But first we're gonna have to.
But as my mother has noted earlier, we're going to take our container and put some of the paprikash sauce, and we'll mix that in nicely.
This way, it's not going to stick together. It's going to stay nice and individual.
Like a healthy food, not a hospital food.
It has a nice color and has a nice taste.
All right, I think that's probably good. So we'll show the camera. That's what it looks like. Beautiful color, beautiful texture. As you can see, they're not sticking to each other. And we're going to cover that, and that'll be kept nice and warm